such as Zelensky, Putin, and others. He's already been talking with a lot of foreign leaders about what he's going to do, and everyone's taking him seriously like he's not even the president yet everyone kind of forgot that, oh wait, Joe is still the president until January 20th. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff, let's get into it, because it appears that Trump continues to make big move after big move after big move. Yeah, that's right. Despite the fact that he doesn't take the oath of office till January 20th, he's already acting like he's a president. Like, it's crazy to think that he's still a private citizen. He's not going to take the oath of office for like 2 more months. But even then, it seems like most of the world, they're already talking more with Trump than they are with Biden. And I know Joe is still the president. I understand that he is still the president until January 20th. But it seems like everyone is saying, hey, Trump, you're going to be the president come January 20th. Let's talk. And Trump's already been talking with a bunch of foreign leaders, such as Zelensky, Putin, and others. He's already been talking with a lot of foreign leaders about what he's going to do. And everyone's taking him seriously like he's not even the president yet everyone kind of forgot that, oh wait, Joe is still the president until January 20th. But no one cares what he thinks or says because, well, he's gone in 2 months. And for the next 4 years, Trump will be the commander-in-chief. And, well, people care a lot about what he's saying. And he put out this statement just a day ago, and it took the world by storm. Everyone was freaking out. Everyone was saying this will cause a second Great Depression. So you know what? Let's read what Trump said yesterday, because apparently, according to some people, it's so bad it's going to cause a second Great Depression. I have had many talks with China about the massive amounts of drugs, in particular fentanyl, being sent to the United States, but to no avail. Representatives of China told me that they would institute their maximum penalty, that of death, for any drug dealers caught doing this, but unfortunately, they never followed through, and drugs are pouring into our country mostly through Mexico at levels never seen before. Until such time as they stop, we'll be charging China an additional 10% tariff above any additional tariffs on all of their many products coming into the United States of America. Yeah, Trump just announced, okay, you know what? China, you're not taking this seriously, the whole drug crisis? Okay, fine. Here's a 10% tariff on everything. It doesn't matter if we're already tariffing you at 80%. Here's an additional 10% tariff. Which I know that's kind of an extreme example, but you get the point that Trump is not pissing around. He's announcing, hey, if you're not going to fix this real problem, like if you're just going to allow this to continue, fine. Here's a 10% tariff on every single product made in China. If you want to import here in America, here's a 10% tariff no matter what. I think this is a good deal. I think this is great that Trump is doing this, because it's not just, oh, we're going to raise funds from this, which, that's part of it. And I know some people are going to say, well, it may raise prices. I understand that, especially on certain items that we don't make here in America. But even then, it's like, that's not the main point of these big tariffs on China. The whole point is, hey, China, fix your shit. Get your act together, or here's a 10% tariff on every single product made in China. If you're not going to fix your problem with drugs, screw it. Here's a 10% tariff. Guys, I highly doubt that Trump's going to actually have a 10% tariff on every single product made in China. There might be some here and there, but to me, this is just, he has leverage. He's forcing China to make a decision. Either they take this seriously, the whole fentanyl crisis, or they get absolutely hammered with tariffs. And China does not want that. China does not want these tariffs. That's what Trump is doing here. He's not trying to bankrupt, America. He's not trying to make prices go up 80%. His main focus is, hey, we have a massive fentanyl crisis in America. And for this to stop, we got to stop the crap going on in China. That's the origin of a lot of the fentanyl. So let's stop with the crap in China. Here's a 10% tariff unless you get your shit together. But you could argue, well, okay, this isn't the biggest deal because, let's be honest, Trump promised on the campaign trail, we're going to tariff a lot of countries, we're going to have a big tariff, and everyone knows that Trump has a history of going after China with these big tariffs. But it's not just China. Look at the second statement, and I would argue that the first statement, it wasn't really controversial. It's like, oh, everyone expected that. But the second one came out of complete nowhere. As everyone is aware, thousands of people are pouring through Mexico and Canada, bringing crime and drugs at levels never seen before. Right now, a caravan coming from Mexico, composed of thousands of people, seems to be unstoppable in its quest to come through our currently open border. On January 20th, as one of my first executive orders, I'll sign all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States and its ridiculous open borders. This tariff will remain in effect until such time as drugs, in particular fentanyl, and all illegal aliens stop this invasion of our country. Both Mexico and Canada have the absolute right and power to easily solve this long-simmering problem. We hereby demand that they use this power, and until such time they do, it is time for them to pay a very big price. Yeah, a 25% tariff on everything coming from Canada and Mexico. And this made everyone lose their minds. Again, the first one, you know, people are going to say, well, inflation's going up. But everyone was saying, oh my goodness, a 25% tariff? That's going to cause a second Great Depression. That's a 25% sales tax. No, it's not. This idea that, oh, a tariff is the same thing as a sales tax, that's ridiculous. Of course, some products, yeah, it's going to be impacted more than others. But to say everything's going to go up 25%, that's not true. Like, this idea that, oh, everything's going to go up automatically 25%, that's not really true. It's not going to happen. But just like the China one, to me, this is just a threat. Like, notice what he said. He said, until Mexico and Canada solves their shit, we're going to tariff them at 25%. That's what he said. He said, hey, until you close the borders, until you fix your crap, no more. We are going to have a 25% tariff until you stop. That's what he's doing here. And already, it's working. It hasn't even been 24 hours after Trump announced this, and already you have Justin Trudeau, all right, the Prime Minister of Canada. I mean, look at this video. He's already saying, well, we had a great talk with Trump. Just look at this. Watch this.
Bonjour tout le monde. I had a good call with Donald Trump last night again. We obviously talked about laying out the facts, talking about how the intense and effective connections between our two countries flow back and forth. We talked about some of the challenges that we can work on together. It was a good call. This is something that we can do, laying out the facts, moving forward in constructive ways.
Yeah, it hasn't even been 24 hours, and already Justin Trudeau, he is scrambling. He's already made a bunch of phone calls with Trump. He's begging him, please don't do a 25% tariff. We'll do whatever you want so we don't have that tariff. That's the whole point. That's what Trump is doing. I mean, just look at Trudeau here. He looks absolutely terrified, like, oh God, a 25% tariff on everything in Canada? That's not good, considering that Canada is a big trading partner with the United States. That's why Trump did this. He didn't do it just to raise a bunch of money, which you could argue that's part of it, but the number one reason was, hey, the only reason is, or the big reason is, there's a bunch of drugs and crime flowing through our borders. And these countries like Canada and Mexico, they're doing nothing. So you know what? If they're not going to do anything, they're not going to take this seriously, fine. Here's a 25% tariff. But okay, that's Canada. That's only one country. Well, even Mexico. Yeah, the president of Mexico said the migrant caravans are no longer arriving to the U.S.-Mexico border. I'm of the view that we'll reach an agreement with the U.S. We are seeking to meet the U.S. as soon as possible. Yeah, that's right. Both Trudeau and the president of Mexico, they said, no, we don't want a 25% tariff. So you know what? Hey, Trump, we can solve that problem in 5 minutes. It hasn't even been 24 hours, and already they're saying the migrant caravans, they're falling apart. Mexico's not going to allow it to get to the southern border. Canada is saying, okay, we'll work with President Trump. I mean, this is just incredible. Everyone was saying we were going to have a 25% sales tax. It was all over for America. But now, and not in just 24 hours, it looks like Trump has convinced the president of Mexico and the prime minister of Canada to say, you know what, Trump, you're right. We've been screwing you over for a long time, so you know what, let's actually work together to solve this problem. Even before he takes the oath of office. I mean, this is crazy. It's just crazy to think that he's not even the president yet. But they're so worried about what he's going to do that he's already saying, no, we're done. We're not going to go for a 25% tariff. Trump will do whatever you want. Which, that just makes sense. Like, Canada and Mexico, they don't want a 25% tariff. This idea that they were to actually go along with it, no. They're just going to say, okay, Trump, we stopped the migrant caravans. We're stopping the drugs pouring across the border. Leave us alone, please. Please, no more tariffs. They're scared of not just actual tariffs. They're scared of the threat and the possibility that, oh, wait, Trump could actually threaten us with tariffs. And this is why Trump's foreign policy has always worked. Not because he goes around bombing every country, no. It's because he's smart. And no one knows what he's going to do. No one knows if he's going to bomb a country, if he's going to do nothing. You have no clue. That's why Trump's foreign policy is so effective. He knows how to use tariffs, not just to raise funds, but these targeted tariffs can force countries like Canada and Mexico to act correctly, get their shit together, and stop the crap going on the southern border. That's what Trump is doing here. Now, will he institute tariffs? More than likely. It's not going to be, I should say, I highly doubt it's going to be a 25% tariff, but unless Mexico and Canada, they do absolutely nothing, I highly doubt that Trump's going to go through with a 25% tariff. I just don't think that's going to happen. Maybe on some products that, you know, we make here in America, I guess that could happen, but more than likely, Trump is going to use tariffs to raise money and force countries to get their shit together. Force them to say, hey, Trump, you know what? We'll stop the migrant caravans. We'll clean up the southern border for you. Just don't tariff us at 25%. Because that would kill Mexico. That would hurt Canada badly. This is why this was a win-win plan by Trump. Because no matter what, you win. You either raise a shitload of money, or you save hundreds of thousands of American lives every single year. And you got people complaining. You got people saying, oh, well, that's too much, that's too high of a tariff, that's ridiculous, really? Is it? I think it's worth it to pay maybe slightly more for some products if it means we save the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, but it sounds like we may not even get the 25% tariff. So there's no tariffs, at least in this situation, and we actually do something about the border. How is that not a win-win? All Trump had to do was just say, yeah, you know what, here's a 25% tariff. And everyone scrambled. They lost their minds. And now, Trump is already doing way more to secure the border than Joe has done in 4 years. And Trump isn't even in office yet. He hasn't even signed a single executive order. I mean, this is good stuff by Trump. If he keeps us up, these next 4 years are going to be absolutely amazing. Now, we'll see what happens with the tariffs. And that is a big question mark. Will we go towards using more and more tariffs instead of, you know, the income tax or whatever? Or is he just going to use the tariffs as a threat? Not actually going to do them, which, you know, it's Trump. He's probably going to use tariffs, but we will see what happens. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.